Good evening. My name is Janice Waitman, and I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator a little over 28 years. Tonight I'm going to be sharing with you a fall card that's from the current mini catalog, the September through December 2023. And you'll find the stamp set near the back. It's on page 63. It's called Cheers to the Season, and it has 5 different images. It has a holiday-ish one for Christmas, 'tis the season, and then some larger speckles, and then a cheers, which is perfect for New Year's. So thankful, which is great for the fall, and a kind of a swoosh whoosh, however you want to call that. And then it's always nice in all of our catalogs that we have ideas as well as the product we sell that gives you inspiration. So it's an inspiration book as well as just a catalog. So let me show you what we're going to do with this set. Whenever you come to a class or do a kit to go, I always have everything packaged in these large flat cello bags. So I'm going to put those aside. We're going to be using Cajun Craze cardstock, which is a great fall color, kind of a rusty orange. And I'm just going to use a standard fold here. Pull out my Bolden folder. And I want to get both sides. And then next, we're going to use some coordinating designer series paper. Now this designer series paper is from Them Bones, which is more of a Halloween designer series paper set. But on the flip side, they've got some great patterns that work for fall. I like this one here, the plaid. And we're gonna layer it onto the basic black. Let me get my adhesive here. I'm using the seal. And when I use the seal on layers like this, I just kind of do a California rolling stop, and I just kind of turn the paper around. I'm going to center it on this basic black layer. And this black layer is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I just bring them down each layer a 1/4 inch smaller. So the DSP is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. So now what I'm going to do next is take the ribbon that's part of the All About Autumn suite, and it has the natural ribbon, and then it comes paired with this copper looking ribbon as well. And I just cut it a little bit larger than the width of this layer. And then what I usually like to do is flip it over and just put some adhesive on the sides to catch it, and then I'll secure it with some tape. So keeping it there. I'm just going to kind of center it here. And this is really soft, the natural ribbon. You wouldn't think it was, but and then I'm just going to put a little more adhesive here to get the coppery ribbon. And then I can straighten it out if I need to. So that looks pretty good. And you can see how it makes everything pop on this card. Then I'm just going to get some Scotch tape just to make sure it stays secure on the card. But unless somebody was really pulling at your card, it should stay either way. So that kind of holds it into place. I'm going to put a little more adhesive on here. Again, my California rolling stops. I just kind of turn the paper rather than... And then since I got some tape in the way, I'll put one in the center. And this is going to be the front of the card. And I usually put a card insert in. I'm going to use crumb cake. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and do all my stamping. I like to stamp everything at the same time. We're going to be using the leaf one, So Thankful. And it's almost like a distinctive design where it kind of has that light dark shading. And I'm just going to keep the stamp up and then just apply the ink to it. And you can see even looking at this that there's going to be parts that are light and dark. So it's not that it's not stamping fully. That's just the way the stamp is designed to work. Okay, so you can see what that looks like. And you can see this has been die cut from the Stamp Dies Stylish Shapes, and you can see where it has the little ridges there. It makes it look like it has been paper pierced all around the square. So you have squares, you have circles, and then you have labels. So this is one of my best choices for basic dies. I use that one a lot. So let's go ahead and do the envelope as well. And then we'll stamp the inside of the card. And I'm just using a very vanilla envelope. I'm just going to stamp this down at the end. This is a perfect card to take for the holidays, maybe to your hostess or just to send some friends or coworkers. And the last thing I'm going to stamp is the insert, which I'm using Crumb Cake. And this wording I'm going to take from the stamp set Autumn Leaves. And I'm going to use To Have You as a Friend. So it says, so thankful to have you as a friend. Going to put it right at the top so I have some room to write a message. And for such a small wording, it really stamps beautifully. So I'm going to close up this ink pad, Cajun Craze, and put it away so I don't accidentally put my hand in there. And let's finish assembling this card. Again, back to these rolling stops. I can see I'm about to run out of adhesive here. And I was hoping I would do that while I'm making this card to show you how to do the refill. So this is for the inside, and again, the cardstock base is in Cajun Craze, and I use the Cajun Craze ink. So you can see how nice that pops up. Next, we're going to adhere this to a slightly larger square. It's coming, it's kind of stuck over here. So the square is 3 inches square, so this is going to be just slightly smaller. That was die cut with the Simply Shapes. And this is going to run out here. Right about, nope, I made it. So we're just going to center it on that black cardstock. And then we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. Another demonstrator suggested taking your dimensionals, coloring them with a highlighter, so it makes it easy to see when you pull the backs off. You don't have to guess. And it really is a good technique, or a tip, I wouldn't say technique, a good tip. So now it's easy to see that I've pulled the backs off of those. And I'm just going to center it right over the ribbon. And the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to use the speckled dots, the adhesive ones. They just came back in stock, perfect time for the holidays. And they're on page 43 of the mini catalog. So you can use whatever color you want. I think I'm going to use a smaller one. And they have adhesive on the back already. And maybe let's use another smaller one of a, there. Oh, I got it upside down. Never good. It sticks really well. Okay. You know what I'm going to do at this point in time, just because it's stuck to my nail? Let's put a smaller one here. And then maybe, see if I can get enough adhesive. I'm just going to turn this up. There we go. And put one down there. So there you go, quick and easy, a nice fall card, as I said, great to give to a neighbor, a friend, a hostess for the Thanksgiving holiday. So thankful to have you as a friend. So I will put the supply list right here. You could always take a screenshot of it or visit my blog and see. Again, my name's Janice Waitman. There's the link to my blog right there, www.stampaholics.com. There's my email address, and I do have a Facebook group for my customers, Stampaholic Stampers Customer Group. Every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time, I do a Facebook Live sharing a demonstration, and that's called the Mix at 6, and that's always on Mondays. Monthly, I have classes, quarterly retreats, and we do bingo. And here's the supply list for tonight's project. So I'll just leave it on this for just a moment. And then again, you can do a screenshot or visit my blog and see this project. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this card, and we hope to see you in a future YouTube. Thanks for visiting.